Okay, so for today, we are going to take this pretty heavily into the hips. This flow is going to take us toward Firefly or Tittibhasana toward the end of class. So definitely a good amount of hip opening. You're going to take this in the inner thighs. You feel this in the hamstrings quite a bit as well. Other areas too, of course, but just feel things out. And just be ready for all that as we go through the different variations of the poses today. You're definitely going to be walking a little bit differently once you're done, so just work things as best you can. I'll show you Firefly at the end of class here, but I have 2 demonstrations before we start. So once we get into the main part of the flow, every sequence is going to start out, we're going to be in downward facing dog, and we're going to take this into a series of frog hops first. So what you're going to do is you're going to set this up. And then from here, both hands down. Now, you can take this up high when you hop. You can keep it down low, but you're going to come to the front of the mat, land on your toes, knees out wide, be ready to move, because we're going to do it 3 times each round. So from here, you're going to take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Now, when you hop forward, you can always stay low. Just pressing your hands, land as lightly as you can. And then just step it right back, and we're going to take it back and forth. And right there, my feet came, maybe about 4 to 6 inches up off the floor. It's not that big a deal. Push into your hands as you come forward. And again, try to land on your toes with the heels up. If you want to take it to the other extreme, you can bring this toward inversion. So for that, with an inhale, take a deep inhale rather. And with the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, hop forward, and you have to press down and still land this as lightly and as silently as you can as you take it back and forth. And you can always do this somewhere in between, which is where most people are, keep in mind. After the third hop, you're going to bring 1 foot down. We'll move into the flow from there. But just feel this out and see how far you want to take things with that today. Part of this is just warming up, and part of it also is getting used to putting some weight on your hands to support your own weight. So dial into that as best you can. That's at the beginning of the sequence. Now at the end, we're going to take this in toward a variation of crow. And initially here, we'll go through the original setup for crow in the first part of class, but during the flow, I'm going to cue this odd variation. And if you want to just take the normal crow, that's fine if that suits you better. But otherwise, give this a try. And this is the entry that you take toward flying lizard. It's actually going to take you toward a half firefly pose, because there's one crucial difference if you want to take things further. And the whole purpose is to get into the tension of the inner thigh. I find this a very uncomfortable variation of crow, so I can't tell you that I enjoy this, and I don't expect you will either. And it really depends on how tight your hips are. But that's the sort of tension we're trying to work into. Just come into this as best you can. At least give it a try from the first round. So what will happen is you're going to come into a forward fold. And rather than just going right into crow, you're going to wrap one of your legs around one of your arms. So I'm bringing my left leg around my left arm, left foot between my hands from the front. The right knee's going to come to my right arm from behind. Now, before you do anything else, you got to lift the front first. Use that leg, squeeze the arm that it's wrapped around, and then look forward, lean forward to lift the back foot, just like crow. Now, just staying here is good enough. Just keep that front leg tense. Try to hold this for at least a few breaths. And then if you're ready to take it further, you can move this toward half firefly. So you keep the back leg where it is. But the leg that's wrapped around your arm, keep that inner thigh pulled in. Work this as best you can to extend that leg forward. And that is not easy to do. And I got big old feet, so it's very hard for me to do that without touching the floor. I'm finally able to do this without a whole lot of effort. And again, this isn't really my favorite version of the pose, but it does help for Firefly, which is the whole point, and that's why I'm throwing this one out during class. So work things as best you can. Go ahead, keep your leg wrapped around your arm if that suits you best. If you want to try to extend the front leg, try to point the toes as best you can. Your inner thigh's got to stay pulled in to actually keep you up. So work things as best you can. You can step it back from there. You can fly it back if you like, and we'll just move through the vinyasa. So all that said, let's go ahead and start this on our backs. So bring yourself all the way down to the mat, and we'll start this in Baddha Konasana here. So that's soles, feet together, knees out wide. And to set this up so you can actually, if your hips are tight, I'm going to recommend you slide your feet away from you a bit, make a longer diamond shape with your legs. Now try to relax around the hips as best you can. Let your knees just settle toward the floor. And I'm going to recommend that you rest your hands on your inner thighs, just to encourage the knees to settle down a bit more. Let your low back take its natural arch. Let your shoulders sink down. And then just close your eyes. So just give yourself a moment to settle in here. Let your mind quiet down. And then when you're ready, just start to deepen your breathing. So with the inhales, pulling as much air as you can, try to fill up your lungs and hold on to all that breath at the top. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing like this to begin. Now when you're ready, take a deep inhale. When you exhale, just open your eyes. And just take things slow. With your next inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. And then with the exhale, reach your arms forward, hands moving toward your knees, somewhere between the knees. Inhale, reach us out long again. Exhale, arms forward. Inhale, reach us out long. Exhale, arms forward again. Inhale, reach us out long. Now with the exhale this time, reach forward but curl up as well. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, stay lifted. Belly pulled in, low back down. You can always pull the feet in close if you like. We're going to go back and forth from this position, so curling. With your next inhale, roll this out. And then with the exhale, curl forward. Inhale, roll this out long. And then exhale, curl forward again. Inhale, roll this out. Exhale, curl, try to lift a little higher each time. Inhale, roll this out long. Exhale, curl up again. Inhale, roll this out long. Exhale, curl forward, keep your knees pulled out wide. Inhale, roll this out. And then with the exhale, curl forward one more time and hold. Belly pulled in, low back down, keep looking forward. Now stretch further through your fingertips, try to bring your shoulders up just a bit higher. And then take an inhale. And then with the exhale, roll this out. Bring the arms past your head and keep them past your head. Now palms open toward the ceiling. Press your shoulders down. Press the backs of the hands down to the floor. And then with your shoulders grounded, just go ahead, fold your knees over to the right. Keep the feet in contact and fold your knees to the left. And just take it back and forth here a few rounds. And then after you turn your knees to the left side one more time, just go ahead, pull the right knee out to the side, come back to Baddha Konasana. Soles of feet together, knees out wide still. And we're going to take this toward a variation of bridge with this shape. So I want you to pull your heels in close enough that you can start with your low back basically flat. Keep the shoulders down, and we'll just take it up and down from here. Keep your gaze high. So with an inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, keep the knees wide as you come up. And then with the exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, lift this up again, squeeze your glutes. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press your hips up high. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, press your hips up high. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, lift up your hips. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press your hips high. Exhale, come back down. And then with your next inhale, lift one more time and hold here. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifted like this, and still pull your knees out wide. Keep breathing. Now take a deep inhale. And with the exhale this time, bring the arms down to your sides and roll all the way back down. Now with the arms at your sides, go ahead and set your feet flat on the floor. And step your feet out wide, a little bit wider than your hips. A little bit of external rotation here. Heels in towards center, toes out. And bring the heels in close enough to your seat again so you start with your low back basically flat. Now arms at your sides, press your palms down, keep your gaze up high. We'll take another variation here. So with an inhale, press in your feet, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up. Exhale, roll your spine back down. Inhale, press your hips up high. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your hips up again. Exhale, roll this down. Inhale, press up one more time and hold. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifted. Now as you hold on to the lift, keep the tension in your glutes. And we'll start to work the inner thighs a little bit here. So I want you to squeeze your knees toward each other as tight as you can. And then just let that go, but still keep your hips up high. Again, squeeze the knees in tight towards center. Hips are still lifted, let the knees come out wide. Now one more time, squeeze the knees toward each other. Keep your glutes squeezing as well, and just breathe. Hold that tension. for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll this back down. And then once you come down, pull your knees to your chest, bring your hands to your knees, squeeze everything in. Now when you're ready, just go ahead and release your grip. And then with the legs still lifted, we're coming back into Baddha Konasana. Now I want you to reach forward between your knees, take hold of your big toes. And once you've got that grip, pull the elbows in around your ribs, lift your head, lift your shoulders, and curl up. And just keep that grip tight. Now we're working to roll this back and forth, keep in mind. So you got to round your spine as much as you can or you're going to get stuck. So keep your shoulders lifted, lift your tailbone up off the floor, knees stay wide. And then take this back and forth best you can. So roll back to the shoulders. And then forward toward your tailbone. And just keep on moving back and forth. And again, keep your spine rounded. Keep your knees wide. Hold on to that grip. Oh, let's see if I can talk. And I want to go back and forth about 5 times. So when you're ready, try to bring this up so you're balancing on your sit bones, knees still wide. And of course, if feet came down, you can always lift them back up. But hold your shape here. This is a variation of boat. So draw the heels in close, knees wide, sit this up tall best you can. Press your lower back forward, keep the shoulders pulled back. And then just keep balancing like this. Now keep the feet where they are. Release your grip. You got 2 choices with the hands. You can reach this forward. This will be easier. And if you want to make this harder, you can bring your hands behind your head. Now you got to be able to sit this up tall, keep in mind. Fingers in a lace, palms open, elbows wide, shoulders back. Nothing wrong with just reaching forward, keep in mind. Now we're going to go back and forth here, pulsing, just trying to bring the knees in toward the armpits and curling in. On my count, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now stay where you are, stay balanced. And I'm going to give it one more round. So again, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And on 1, try to stay curled in. Hold on to this. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just cross at the ankles, roll forward. Your hands find all fours. Now once you bring it up to all fours, give yourself a moment here. Move around. Stretch your hands. Stretch your fingers. Let the shoulders and hips move side to side. And just feel things out. Loosen up your spine. And then go ahead, bring this into center, and we'll take this into the wrist. So from all fours, walk your hands in just a little bit close to your knees, maybe about 1 or 2 hands lengths, and make your hands into fists. So 4 fingers into your palms, thumbs outside. Keep the fists clenched tight and come to the backs of both hands. Now once the hands are down like this, press the hands into each other like you're punching one hand to the next. And you can always bring the hands in closer to your knees or further forward if you want to feel more pressure. But as the hands press together, work to straighten your arms here best you can. Now as you hold on to this, try to keep the arms close to straight. And then just go ahead and sway your shoulders side to side. So just feel that stretch. The fingers have to stay curled in. Let the stretch move through the hands, the wrists up into the forearms. And then just bring this into center. We're going to take it down side to side. So bring yourself down with the right elbow to the floor. And then come back up towards straight. Come down with the left elbow. And then bring this back up. And just keep on taking it side to side like this. Now as you come to center, moving from one side to the next, try to straighten your arms as much as you can, a little bit more each time you come back up. And then just give it one more round. So try to finish this with the left elbow down before you come back up to center for the last time. Straighten your arms as much as you can. Press your spine up toward the ceiling, spread the shoulder blades apart. And then just take an inhale. And with the exhale, come up onto the fingertips. And then walk the hands forward and come into your regular all four setup here. Wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. Look down at your hands. Now keep the palms facing down, and one by one rotate your hands. Fingertips out to the side and then in toward the knees. Come as far in that rotation as you can on both sides. Set your hands flat. Spread the fingers out wide. Dig your fingertips down into the floor. And if this is too intense, you can always bring the hands in closer to the knees and take more weight to your legs. But keep the grip. Keep the hands tensed up like this and try to keep your spine lifted to start. Now, if you can take it further, see about bringing your legs together, knees to touch, feet to touch as well. And if you can take it further still, you're going to hold the tension of the hands and just start to move the legs. So go ahead and bring the right knee outside your left leg. Now, as the legs cross, think of this like an eagle bind. Squeeze the legs together tight, try to pull your hips back. And then come back to center with your knees side by side. And then left knee outside the right leg. Squeeze, pull your hips back, keep gripping the floor. And then come back to center. Couple more rounds. Right knee past your left leg, pull your hips back and squeeze. And then bring this back into center. Left knee outside the right leg, pull your hips back and squeeze here. Bring it back to center with your legs side by side. Right knee past your left leg. Pull your hips back, squeeze, still gripping the floor. Come back into center. And then left knee outside the right leg one more time. Pull your hips back, squeeze. And then bring it back to center. Now once you're back at center, come up onto the fingertips. Down to sitting on your heels. Just take a moment here. Shake your hands out. Loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. Now once the hands are ready, come back to all fours. And we'll take this down to a reclining position. So I want you to come down onto your right forearm and then down onto your right hip. The right leg's going to be straight. Step the left foot behind the right. Now, the right leg stays straight. Just point the toes of the right foot out to the side and keep them pointing in that direction. Left hand in front of your chest. Lean into your left hand. And you're not going to feel like you're reclining anymore in just a moment. So press into your left foot. Lift the right hip up off the floor as high as you can. And just hold. Now, this might be good enough, and you can always stay here. But if you can take it further, lift the right foot up as high as you can. And then set it back down. Right foot up high again. Set it back down. Up for 3. Set it down. And then up for 4. And set it down. Up for 5. Set it down again. And then up for 6. And set it back down. Up for 7. Set the foot down. Up for 8. Set the foot down. Up for 9. Set it down again. And then up for 10. Now bring it back down, set the right hip down, and stay on your right side. We're going to change this just a little bit. Step the left foot in front of your right leg. This is definitely a crucial change. So press into your left foot, lean into your left hand as much as you can. And then just take this to where you can. Push into your left foot, lift the right hip up off the floor again. This already might be enough. You can just stay like this and stay lifted. Now if you can take it further, lift the right foot up off the floor, press the right leg into the left to keep it lifted. And that might be enough. If you can take it further, pulse the right foot higher on my count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then release. Ooh, and I've done way too many of these this week. All right, when you're ready, come through center. Let's take this to the other side. And keep in mind, this is all about lighting up the inner thigh. And this is kind of the express route here. So come down to your left side, onto the left forearm, and onto the left hip. Left leg straight, the toes stay pointed to the side. Right hand in front of your chest, right foot stays behind your left leg. And then go ahead, press into the floor, lift the left foot up as high as, or lift the left hip up as high as you can. Now back and forth here, lift your left foot up high. Set it back down. Up for 2. And then bring it down. Up for 3. Set it down again. Lift for 4. And set it down. Left foot up for 5. Set it down. Lift up for 6. And set it down. Up for 7. Set it down. Lift up for 8. And set it down. Lift up for 9. Set it back down. And then up for 10. Set it down. Bring your left hip down. And then step the right foot in front of your left leg. Now stay on your left side. Lean into the right hand. When you're ready, push into the right foot. Lift your left hip. Maybe just stay here. This could be plenty, especially if the inner thighs are kind of crying at you. If you want to take it further, lift your left foot. Keep it lifted best you can. You can press that left leg into the right. Further still, pulse the foot up higher on my count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then come back down. And then go ahead, bring yourself up to all fours. And once you're on all fours, give yourself a moment here to move around. Shake your legs out a little bit. And then just bring this back into center. Now wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips to set this up. I want you to tuck the toes of both feet. Hover your knees up off the floor, maybe an inch or two, no higher. Keep your legs at about 90 degrees. Now we're setting this up. We're going to move back and forth here, 1 foot at a time, shifting weight from side to side. So put the weight to the right hand. And then step your left foot forward, lift your left hand up off the floor. And then come back down, back to where you started. Right foot forward, lift the right hand. And then come back to all fours. Left foot forward again. And then step it back. Bring your right foot forward. And then step it back. Left foot forward again. And step it back. Right foot forward. Step it back. And it's harder than it looks. Left foot forward again. Step it back. Right foot forward. Step it back. Couple more rounds. Left foot forward. Step it back again. And then right foot forward. And step it back. Left foot forward one more time. Step it back. Right foot forward one more time. Step it back. And then go ahead and bring your knees back down. Once you come into all fours, give yourself a moment. Take a couple breaths. And then we're going to play around with the crow setup here just a little bit. So bring your hands in close to your knees. Pressing your palms, come up onto your feet and stay folded. Now hands on the floor, about shoulder width, spread your fingers out wide. Lift your heels and just touch the knees to your upper arms. You can even bring the knees outside your arms if you want to take it there. Now all we're going to do is walk this shape. So not really balancing too much. Stay on your toes, lift your heels, look forward a little bit, and then hover your hands up off the floor just a few inches. Now to walk this, bring your hands down, and then hop the feet forward just a couple inches each time, and just get used to shifting your weight forward and back. Now walk it like this all the way to the front of the mat. Keep your hips high, keep your knees in contact with your arms. Once you're at the front, reverse the direction, press in your hands, and bring your toes back just a few inches each time. Now again, just get used to the rhythm of the movement, shift your weight, and bring this all the way to the back of the mat. And then once you make it to the back, reverse the direction again, hands forward, and then feet forward. And just take it back and forth. And then once you make it to the center of the mat, just go ahead and release this and come down to all fours. And then once you're in all fours, just give yourself a moment here to breathe. Now you can just stay in position and take a break. If you like, maybe take another stretch before we move on. But whenever you're ready, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips. And just bring this into down dog. Once you move into down dog, take a look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Press into your palms, flatten your hands. Sink your chest down low to the floor. Now as your chest sinks down, press your hips up high toward the ceiling. Keep that upward reach of the hips. And keep the core engaged. Hold some tension through your belly around the low ribs. Now if your legs are tight, if your hamstrings are tight, go ahead, let that go. You can always bend your knees. And maybe just stay loose here. You can pedal this out and let your hips move side to side. Now when you're ready, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, and step this to the front of the mat. Let's take a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs. Let your head hang, let your spine round. And just let everything go long and loose here. Let the muscles of your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. You could reach to opposite elbows if you like, and maybe shake this side to side to loosen further. And then whenever you're ready here, just release any grip that you have. Keep your knees bent to start, but go ahead and restack your spine. So round this up to standing. Bring your head up last and open up your palms at your sides. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment here to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now at the next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. Hinge at the hips. Start with a straight spine. Put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged. Move smoothly. And then release at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift up halfway. Fingertips to the floor to your shins. Lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands to the mat and step this back to high plank. Find your shape, wristing the shoulders, palms press to the floor. Press the floor away from you. Press your spine up toward the ceiling. Keep it lifted. And then take an inhale. Now with the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Keep your body in line. Elbows pulled into your sides. And lower with control. All the way down to your belly. Now once you're down, flatten the feet out behind you. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. And we'll take this up and down through low cobra. So with an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, peel this up again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up one more time. Now just stay lifted here. Keep lifting your upper body, press into your feet. Take some more all the way out of your hands. Elbows at your sides, pull the shoulders back, keep your gaze forward. And work to lift up just a little bit higher. Now take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, roll this back down. Now hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides, press the palms down to the floor. And let's take this to upward facing dog. So with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward, let your hips hang, stay on the tops of your feet. Keep your legs active, work to lift your knees up from the mat. Take it further, kick your feet down, squeeze your glutes, and work to pull your hips forward as you deepen and lengthen the arc. Now lift with your arms, lift with your shoulders, keep your neck long, keep your chest pulling forward. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, pull your belly in. Hips up high to down dog. All right, now keep in mind, we're starting every sequence of those frog hops. You can take it up high, you can keep it down low, up to you. But land on your toes, push into your hands, land light. And there's going to be 3. We'll just take it back and forth. So deep inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, hop this forward, land light. And then step it back, hips go high. 2 more times, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, hop forward. And then step it back, hips up high. 1 more time, take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, hop forward. Now this time, stay at the front. Now the left foot's going to be a base foot, set it down between your hands. Right knee to your chest, around your spine. Take hold of your right knee and bring this all the way up to vertical. Now once you're up, give yourself a moment to slow your breathing down. And we're going to take this into a standing twist. So right hand to the outside of the right hip. Left hand outside your right knee. Now just draw the right shoulder back, open up your chest to the right side. Stay tall, stay vertical. And this can be good enough right here. Just keep your twist. If you want to go further, left hand to the outside edge of the right foot. Maybe extend that right leg forward. And maybe even reach your right arm back. But keep your chest open to the side. Keep yourself upright. And just breathe here. Now take a deep inhale. With the exhale, turn back to center. Right knee lifted, hands to your hips. And then just switch this out. Set the right foot down. Come to standing with your left knee high. Whoop, let's see if I can find that myself. Now dig into the right big toe. When you're ready, take an inhale. And with the exhale, bend the right knee, hinge to the right hip. Extend your left leg as far back as you can. And come into a high lunge stance. Now give yourself a moment to set this up. Deep under the right knee, left leg towards straight. Pull the left hip forward, right hip back. Keep your hips squared. Keep your spine tall. And then when you're ready with an inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, vertical twist. Right arm back, left arm forward. Open your chest to the right. Inhale, back to center. Reach it up high. Exhale, right arm back, left arm forward again. Inhale to center, arms up high. Now exhale 1 more time. Right arm back, left arm forward. Hold here. Now keep your chest open to the side. Look back toward the right hand. Work to keep your arms in line. And keep that left hip pulling forward. Now slowly, with an inhale, turn back to center. Reach your arms high. And then with the exhale, lean forward, reach your arms back so the upper body's in line with that left leg. Now we're building a little bit of a sequence here. Push into the right foot when you're ready. And then come forward with your left foot lifted toward a warrior 3. Now maybe your balance is toward vertical. That's fine. Maybe hinge from that right hip and come down toward parallel. Just keep your lifted body in line. Now keep looking forward, but bend the right knee, set your left foot down. And you're still leaning. Now breath to movement. Inhale the arms up high. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, step it down. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, step it down. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, step it down. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, step it down. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, warrior 3, and hold here. Now keep your lifted body in line. Again, maybe more upright, maybe down toward parallel. Lower the left hip so it's in line with the right, and keep breathing. Take an inhale. Now the exhale, release. Both hands down, left foot down behind you, low lunge. And let's change this to a lizard lunge. So bring both hands inside your right foot. And then walk the right foot toward the upper right corner of the mat. Now bring the ankle past the knee at least a little bit on the right side. Curl the toes of the right foot up and keep them curled. Now with the right foot tense, roll to the outside edge of the right foot. Keep that knee out to the side. Now push into your hands. Bring your hips down low. Pull your chest forward. Keep the left knee lifted. You can set it down if you need to. But then just start to move forward and back. And press into the outside edge of the right foot for a moment here. Now, you can just settle in at center here rather than taking this back and forth. Just keep your hips low, keep your chest pulling forward. Right knee stays to the side. If you want to take it down deeper, go ahead and bring the forearms down to the floor. And just sink down inside that right leg. Now, if you want to take it further still, keep the right knee out to the right. And maybe start to bring your forearms toward the upper left corner of the mat. And if you want to take it even deeper, stay low. You can come up onto your fingertips, reach the arms straight out straight toward the upper left corner of the mat and past it, and chest toward the floor. Just take things to where you can. Stay low here and keep breathing. All right, now from wherever you are, come back up onto both hands inside that right leg. And then slide the right foot back behind your hand. Step the left foot forward next to the right, forward fold. Now from your fold, take an inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, set the hands back down. I want to take that version of crow from here. So I want you to take the right leg, wrap it around the right arm, right foot between your hands in the front. And then the left knee touches your left arm from behind. Now before you do anything, lift your right foot first. Squeeze the right arm with the right leg. And then look forward. Start to lean. Shoulders come forward to lift the left foot up off the floor. Now keep the right leg squeezing in. That might be enough. And if you want to go toward that half firefly, see about extending that right leg forward with the right inner thigh pulling in toward your side. Just breathe here. And then when you're ready, go ahead, step it back, fly it back, take it through a Vinyasa. And once you find your down dog, give yourself a moment, move around. All right, we'll take all that to the other side. So again, starting with those frog hops, they can be high, they can be low, but land it light. And there's going to be 3. Take an inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, hop this forward. And then step it back, hips up high. 2 more times, take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, hop this forward. And then step it back to down dog, hips up high. 1 more time, take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, hop forward. And this time, stay at the front of the mat. Now, right foot to your base, set it down between your hands, left knee to your chest, around your spine. Take hold of your left knee. Let's come up all the way to vertical. Now, once you're up here, take a moment, slow your breathing down, dig down into the right big toe. And then once you're ready, left hand to your left hip, take the standing twist, right hand outside to your left knee. Now pull the left shoulder back, open up your chest to the left side best you can. Good enough here, but if you want to go further, you can reach the right hand to the outside of the left foot. Maybe extend that left leg forward, and maybe reach your left arm back, but stay balanced and stay twisted. Now still balancing here, take an inhale. With the exhale, turn back to center, hands to your hip, left knee still lifted. And switch it out, left foot to the floor. Bring yourself to standing with your right knee high, find your balance here. Now once you're ready, bend into that left knee, hinge from the left hip, extend the right leg as far back as you can, and come into your high lunge dance. So toes the right foot, tuck the right heel lifted behind. Right hip forward, left hip back, deep bend into your left knee. Be sure you can square your hips and keep your torso upright. When you're ready with an inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, vertical twist, left arm back, right arm forward, open up. Inhale to center, arms up high. Exhale, left arm back, right arm forward again. Inhale to center, reach us up high. Exhale, left arm back, right arm forward. Now hold here. Reach the arms wide. Try to keep the arms in line. Look back toward that left hand. Keep your right hip pulling forward. And then slowly, with an inhale, turn to center, arms up high. Now with the exhale, lean this forward, reach the arms back, look forward. Just bring your body into line. Now when you're ready, push into your left foot. Come forward with the right foot lifted. Find your balance. Maybe more upright. Maybe toward parallel, but everything lifted stays in line. Now bend your left knee, set the right foot down. You're still leaning. And then from here, breath to movement. Inhale the arms up high. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, step it down. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, step it down. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, step it down. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, step it down. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, warrior 3, and hold. Now again, maybe it's just slanted upright. Maybe you come toward parallel, look forward, keep your shoulders pulled back. Keep the right hip squared with the left. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, both hands down, right foot down behind your low lunge. Now to the lizard lunge, both hands inside the left foot. Walk the left foot toward the upper left corner of the mat. And see if the ankle comes past the knee at least a little bit. Curl the toes, left foot, keep them curled. Roll to the outside edge, keep that foot tense and keep the knee out to the side. Now pressing your hands, sink your hips down low. Try to keep the right knee lifted. And with your chest open, just start to move forward and back and feel this out. Now you can just settle in like this and this is fine. Keep the toes, left foot curled, keep that knee to the side. If you can take it deeper, see about coming down onto the forearms. And maybe just stay here. Now, if you can stay low, if you want to take it further yet, go ahead, extend your forearms toward the upper right corner of the mat. And if you want to take it further, maybe even straighten the arms and come up onto the fingertips, still reaching up and to the right. Keep your chest facing down, keep the left knee out to the side, and just keep breathing. All right, now from wherever you are, come back up onto both hands inside that left leg. And then slide the left foot back behind your hand, step the right foot forward next to the left forward fold. When you're ready here, take an inhale, lift this up halfway. And then with the exhale, set the hands and we'll take that version of crow. Now I want you to wrap your left leg around your left arm. Left foot between your hands on the front. And then the right knee goes to the right arm from behind. Now lift the left foot first and squeeze the left arm. And then look forward, lean forward to lift the right foot, just like crow. Now maybe just stay here with that left leg squeezing. If you want to go further, just take it slow. See about extending that left leg forward. With the left thigh still pulling in tight to your side, just take things the way you can and breathe here. And then when you're ready, take it through another Vinyasa. And then we'll take this to half pigeon. So with an inhale, raise your right leg high behind you. And with the exhale, bring it forward. Right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind the left. Now go ahead and bring your left knee down, flatten the left foot behind. Pull the left hip forward so the hips are squared. And sink your weight straight down. Look for at least some of that stretch in the outer right hip or toward the glutes. Now there's a bunch of variations you can take this to. You can just stay like this with your spine extended. You go deeper toward a back bend if you like. If you want to just melt down and rest, feel free. Now I'm going to cue this into a twist variation. So if you want that, just stay upright for the moment. Let your right hand come forward away from your body. And then go ahead and reach your left arm underneath the right, palm up. Now bring the left shoulder all the way down to the floor. Use the right hand to lower yourself. Now you can keep your head lifted or rest the left side of your head down on the mat. But push into the right hand. Try to stack the right shoulder above the left. And as you're twisting through the upper body, kick the right foot down into the floor and feel more of that stretch go into the outer right hip. And just breathe here. Now from wherever you are, come back up onto both hands close to that right shin. And then once you're ready here, go ahead, tuck the toes, left foot, release your right leg, just shake that out. And then when the right foot comes down, inhale your left leg up high. And with the exhale, bring it forward. Left knee behind your left wrist, left ankle somewhere behind the right. Flatten the right foot, straighten your right leg, pull that right hip forward, keep it in line with the left, and sink your weight straight down. Look for some of that stretch in the outer left hip this time. And again, you can stay like this and stay upright. You can go deeper toward the back bend. You can melt it all the way down. If you want to twist, just slide your left hand away from you a little bit, and then reach the right arm underneath the left palm up, and bring that right shoulder all the way down to the floor. Now you can keep your head lifted if you like, or just bring the side of your head down. But use the left hand and stack the left shoulder above the right. Kick the left foot down to the floor to take that stretch even deeper into the outer left hip, and just breathe here. All right, from wherever you are, come back up onto both hands just in front of that left shin. And then once you're ready, tuck the toes of the right foot, release the left leg and shake it. And then when your left foot's down, keep your hips high, walk your feet forward. We're going to take this into a wide-legged forward fold, and that's going to lead us into Firefly. So go ahead and do this with me. So keep this as a wide-legged forward fold with your feet just a little bit wider than your hips. Heels in, toes out. The knees stay bent, your hips stay high. Don't crank on the hamstrings until you get into the full pose. Now, to come into this, you're going to fold this deep. You're trying to bring as much of your torso between your thighs as you can, ideally with the shoulders between the knees. Maybe that happens today, maybe not, but just work it as best you can. Now, your hand's going to walk between your legs to pull your torso down. And as you come into this, the deeper you go, try to keep your fingertips pointed forward. If you need to back off for your wrist, go ahead, rotate your fingers to the sides right and left, but no more than 90 degrees. So when you're ready, fingertips on the floor. Just stay low and keep your knees bent.
And then walk your hands back. Press the fingertips down and pull your torso down low between your thighs. Now try to get this down deep. And then once you can't fold any further, look straight down. This takes a little bit of faith right here, but all at once. Set your palms, bend your elbows, sit on your arms, keep your chest facing down, and keep your knees squeezing toward the shoulders. And now if you came down and your butt's on the floor, you pretty much got to do that again. You're trying to land this with bent arms, so you're sitting on the shelf of the upper arms. Now if you're still lifted, see about bringing your feet in towards center. And this is the arm pressure pose like here, right here. Hook at the ankles, and use that hook to squeeze the legs in toward your arms, and that'll help keep you up off the floor. And then if you want to take it to Firefly, you can release that. But point the toes forward. Keep the inner thighs squeezing in, because that's all that's going to keep you from falling down, keep in mind. And you don't have to straighten the legs completely. That takes a while to get there. All right, release this when you're ready. Now, the worst thing that happens when you come into that pose is maybe you fall down on your butt, but that's where all the padding is. There's no concussion, all right? So it's very low risk. Now, if you want to take that entry again, feel free. You can do it from the wide-legged forward fold. Otherwise, here's one more entry that we'll give a try, and this is from seated. Now, you may find this easier. You may find it harder, but just feel it out. So you're going to keep your knees wide and start to fold this down between your thighs right away. And then you have to hook your legs. So with both hands, work the right leg up the right arm. Try to get the knee behind the shoulder. Just get as close as you can. And once that leg's not going any higher, press the right arm into the right leg, set the hand down to keep the leg hooked. Now with your left hand, work your left leg up your arm. And again, just get as high as you can. And then keep your arms pressing your legs. Now as you sit this upright with both legs hooked, just take it back and forth. Put the weight to your hands, and then just lean back. And try to bring your torso a little bit further forward each time you move. Now, I want to bring this up. I'm going to count this down from 3. And the third time you bring your hands down, I want you to try to shoot your toes forward and squeeze the inner thighs in toward your arms. You're bending the elbows at the same time, keep in mind. It's almost like a forward fold. So give this a try. 1, 2, and then 3. Toes forward, inner thighs squeeze in, and that's what lifts your butt. And if you need to take a second try, feel free. It's not the easiest entry, but it's not impossible either. All right, now when you're ready, go ahead, bring everything back down. And that's not the easiest pose in the world by any means, but it does get deep into the hips. If you want to work that further, feel free. But otherwise, if you're ready to move on, go ahead, cross the ankles, roll forward to the hands. But whenever you're ready, bring your legs out from underneath you and come all the way down onto your back. Once you're down, pull your knees into your chest and squeeze everything in tight. And then we'll take a supine twist from here. So go ahead and extend the left leg out fully. Left hand to your right knee. Now, right arm out to your side. Pull the right knee across your body. Let your body twist. And just keep both shoulders on the floor. Now, you're looking for the stretch in the outer right hip toward your low back. If you need more, you can always extend the right leg to the side. And if you want to bind both legs, you can bend your left knee, reach down with your right hand. If you find that grip, kick into your hand. And whatever version of the twist you're in, keep both shoulders grounded. Just breathe here. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release and bring the knees back into center. When you're ready, switch out for the other side. Extend the right leg out fully. Right hand to your left knee, left arm to the side. Now draw the left knee across your body, tuck your right hip underneath, keep both shoulders down, and look left. Now find the stretch. Outer left hip toward your low back. If you need more, maybe press down with the right hand. And you can always extend the left leg out to the side, take it further. If you want the double bind, you can bend the right knee, reach down with your left hand. If you find that grip, kick into your hand, and whatever twist you're in, keep both shoulders grounded and just breathe into the stretch. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release. Come back into center. Pull your knees into your chest side by side. Just squeeze in. When you're ready, take this to happy baby. Reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. And then stack your ankles above your knees. Draw down on both sides. Now as you pull down, try to bring the knees to the floor outside your ribs, but press your feet back up into your hands at the same time. Keep the tension working both up and down. Now work to flatten your spine so you get tailbone down toward the floor. If you want to go further, keep that tension, but maybe rock a little bit side to side. If you want to take it further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, from wherever you are, take a deep inhale here, draw down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And then just let your eyes close here and let your body settle down into the mat for a moment. And then when you're ready here, just let yourself move again bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. And extend this out long. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms out past your head. And then draw this back in, bring the elbows toward your chest, pull your knees up as well. And then just take your time, find your way up to a comfortable seat. Ground yourself into the mat. Stack your spine. And bring your hands up to heart center. Now take a deep inhale here. Hold on to this at the top. And then just let everything go. Thank you for joining class. Namaste.